Hello, my dear friends. So, welcome in the new episode of Be a Master. And today, guess who is with me? He's the most cheerful, loving, and a wonderful person from London, Mr. Balraj Kapoor. Balraj, welcome in this show.
Thank you, Kavita ji. Thank you for giving me the honor and the pleasure of coming and meeting you in person today. First of all, my deepest gratitude to you, to this entire PMC English channel, which is doing a wonderful job and kind of contributing in the immense world of the English-speaking audience, and the kind of work that you guys are doing together as a wonderful team is commendable. So thank you very much for this wonderful job that you guys are doing.
Thank you for your appreciation, but I must say the work you are doing from London in this short span, I think you started your journey maybe 2.5 years back.
Yes.
So, please say something like how did you start? How you come to know about this?
Okay, so I've been in the hospitality world for the last 35 years, Kavita ji, and just like every other human being, just living my life like a caterpillar, I believe. So, which always thinks that it's going to be just going to be crawling around the ground somewhere or the other, and then very stressful, very challenging. Really had lots of temperament issues with me, and suddenly the COVID comes in, the lockdown comes in, and that phase of my life completely changed me as a person. And I met this wonderful friend of ours. I don't call him a master, I don't call him a Mahatma, Guru or a Supremo. I call him the most wonderful friend that I could ever get in this lifetime, Subhash Patriji. And he entered into our life, rather mine and my wife Riju. We both started following him, and we were actually introduced to him by my niece Charu Tapyal, and who's also a great follower of him for the last so many years. And then finally we kind of did our graduation in spirituality with Rose Fultushi from the Team Zorba, and that's how we kind of came to know about this wonderful human. I can't even describe him as to what I feel about him, because I have yet to come across a person who has dedicated his entire life, 41 years of his life, he's dedicated to humanity. All of us, we leave our house in the morning with the focus of going out and trying to do something for the family, for yourself. कुछ ना कुछ कमाने के लिए हम लोग बाहर जाते हैं ज़िंदगी में. And this person is the only person, I think, who for his entire 41 years of his life, वो जब भी घर से बाहर निकलते थे, he had only one intention, and that intention was service to mankind.
Definitely.
He never had any other agenda in his mind, and that fascinated me as a person, and I was wondering what a selfless human being he is. I still remember his earlier days. I was told he used to carry books on his shoulder, go in a third-class compartment, standing near the toilet, and going to teach people with that books loaded on his shoulder. And then sometimes where he used to go in those little villages that he used to visit, probably people would have been sleeping in the night, and he would not even knock their door. He would just stand outside, wait for them to get up in the morning, and then introduce himself that, look, I've come to kind of talk to you about meditation. So, and one person that I have seen who gets along with every person, he is every person's friend. I can go on about him, but for me, he's been the most wonderful friend that I could ever get in this lifetime. And he has changed my entire outlook of life. of looking at things in a very different perspective. Earlier, as I said, I was all over the place. But then by listening to his wisdom, to listening to, every day listening to whatever he said, every little sentence of his goes deep within yourself. And, that's something which I'm going to cherish till the last day of my breath.
That's really wonderful. And the way you explained about each and every emotions towards him, the way you learned.
Yeah.
We all are fascinated and mesmerized by his work he has done, and the presence and the hard work, of course. I mean, if we can just do a few percent also, few numbers in a person, that would be, we will be successful in our life.
True, very true, very true.
So what else? I have seen you, talking with him, and you're a great singer also.
Well, as I said, he took out the best thing out of me, and as I said, in my work, I used to have hardly any time for myself, because every one of us is a workaholic, especially in today's world, where you're trying to basically, just kind of, be the best amongst the rest. So he kind of, made me realize the fact that the day you stop racing is the day you win the race.
Wow.
Yes. So this is something which I kind of, realized after meeting him. कि आप जीतोगे उस दिन जिस दिन आप जीतना भूल जाओगे.
That's really inspiring.
Yes. So that is his aura. That is his, his personality. And I met him during the COVID, as I said, when it was complete lockdown, when we all were sitting at home and everything was locked down. But I think for us, and many of us like me, it was the opening of our Pandora box. It was, for me, it was like I have won a lottery, which astrologer had told me earlier that I'm going to win a lottery in 2020, which I really won a lottery. And this is the biggest lottery that I've ever got in my life. I got the lottery of meditation. And this lottery of meditation helped me to understand life in a different perspective. It's made me more mindful, more calmer, and to myself. Because up until then, I had no time to myself.
Yeah, being in hospitality,
yes,
I understand.
Hospitality, it's a thankless profession where you have no time to yourself. And, he made me kind of sit back and think, no, this is not life. I need to do something else. And now I have started, as I said, not taking life too seriously, because that's not life.
Actually.
What we think is, ये जो हम लोग सुबह निकल जाते हैं, रात को आ जाते हैं, खा लेते हैं, पी लेते हैं, जी लेते हैं, we are breathing in, breathing out, and that's it. If that's life, that's not actually life. Life is different.
Yeah.
And that's what I realized now after understanding the power of meditation.
So how was your life before and after now?
Well, as I said before, it was like a jet taking off every time, moving in all directions, getting so confused about anything. But now it's very focused, it's very mindful, it's very, I feel myself that I'm very grounded now. I've become very quieter now. I have become more calmer now. I'm a silent observer of things now.
Wow.
Yes. And this, I think, every human being should actually adopt in their everyday life, to do meditation, which I keep telling to every person that you should meditate every day. Because meditation is like that recharging your laptop or, fueling your car. You fuel your car every day, isn't it?
Very true.
You recharge your mobile every day. So this is, you're not recharging it. Meditation is actually you're offloading something out of your body, and that offload is something which makes you feel much more energetic. You become much more efficient emotionally, physically, mentally. So that is something which I start my day with every day, to meditate, and they say that you should recommended time for meditation is that you should do meditation for the number of years you are. So if you're 5 years old, you do it for 5 minutes. If you're 10 years old, you do it for 10 minutes, so on and so forth. So the first thing in the morning is this meditation, which actually makes me recharge for the day. I'm recharged, I'm rejuvenated, I am in a complete bliss, and I take things now the way they come to me. Don't get me wrong, challenges still keep coming towards me, Kavita,
Definitely.
which like every person it does. But then my outlook of looking at those challenges has changed. Now it doesn't matter to me, jo hoga dekha jayega, mast raho. That's the way I look at life.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So coming to my next question, I want to know more about your life journey. When you said rejuvenated, I remember about your wife, Riju Kapoor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen both of you on camera. I mean, you both are amazing. I want to know how your journey together, how you are growing together.
Well, my journey with Riju started 28 years ago. And, as I said, this was again a soul plan that I probably must have decided with her. And she decided with me. And, she has been the pillar, the biggest support system for me for the last 28 years, because I don't think anybody else could have handled me the way she handled me. And I really salute her, and I give her all gratitude every breath today after coming into meditation. I express it more often to her now, because I feel that many times in any relationship, the biggest reason of the relationship not working is not acknowledging each other's support. And especially, when you're married, you need to acknowledge that, and express it more often, because only then will do pahiyon ki gaadi, it runs smoothly.
Very true.
So you have to give that respect to her. You have to give that support to her, which I always did. I always pushed her, and she was the biggest support system for me for the last 28 years.
Right.
And she single-handedly managed the household. She managed my children, and both of them have now grown up into young adults, very grounded, of course, and all that credit goes to her. And the biggest thing about her is her smile. The moment I look at her, or anybody looks at her, they're drawn away to her persona because of her smile. That is her aura. And in fact, even Patriji used to love us together. And the biggest unfortunate thing which I want to share with you is that I haven't met Patriji in person. And that is something which I will always have a regret in my life, that having come so close to him, having him, acknowledging me as a person, accepting me as a person in those various Zoom sessions that I went to, with him, in the various Zoom sessions that he was there. It was a wonderful journey of this 2.5 years. And I love listening to his wisdom, which everybody does. But the only regret is, as I said, I could not meet him in person. And this is something which will always be very, very disturbing for me, because I thought I'm going to definitely meet him. उनको जाके जादू की एक झप्पी दूंगा और उनके गले लग जाऊंगा और खूब सारी बातें करूंगा. But that didn't happen. And I don't know why it didn't happen, but it did happen. So, but he promised, he promised that he would come in the month of July to UK. And unfortunately, he was not keeping well. And he kept his promise, by the way, that he sent his daughter, his younger daughter, Pari. She came and she stayed with us in our house. And that's the biggest gift that I got, or Riju got, and we both got together, that, he kept up to his promise, that he came to our house.
Wow.
In the form of his daughter.
That's really something, out of our understanding, like how he knows that.
Yes.
and how he managed and how this energy works, the way he promised you.
Yes.
And it's a really great gift to yourself, to both of you, and of
Yes.
course I'm so happy to know that.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to share all these emotions, all these small emotions. The way you are connected with him, even without meeting him. But I must say that regret should be not there.
Well, yes, but then, I mean, as a human, on a human level, I feel कि यार जब सबसे मिले तुम मुझसे क्यों नहीं मिले यार तुम so I do understand that he's always there with me, he's always there with us.
Yes.
But एक वो थोड़ा सा गिला अभी भी है कि like वो मुझसे नहीं मिल पाए, रिजू से नहीं मिल पाए, and that thing, as I said, it does disturb. You are one of those fortunate ones. You've met him so many times. So, but now that I've come to India, I came specially to India and to meet those wonderful masters with whom, he's kind of, he has worked with so many of them, and all of them I went and hugged them because Patriji is there in every one of you.
That's very
true. So I went and hugged every one of them. I made it a point to meet whoever, wherever. I did not give importance to my family much, To me, my spiritual family was my top priority. And that's how what I did was that I kind of, met wherever I could in this 21 days journey that I have been in India. I've been to Delhi, I've been to Ludhiana, I've been to Amritsar, and then to Bombay. And now I'm in Kartal, Hyderabad, and met all these wonderful people.
How's going on? I mean, how you're feeling with all these new people?
Oh, I feel very energized. I feel very, I feel that all these people were like those telestars or film stars that you see on the TV, watch them and meet them. But once you go and click your picture with them and you kind of, they hug you and they say, oh, Balraji, 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 and Patriji's friend Balraji, that makes you feel so welcome, so honored. So
Yes.
that's absolutely amazing of them.
Even I'm so happy to meet you because I used
you.
to see you always in initial days. You were talking a lot. You were singing.
Yes.
So yeah, a lot of things you have shared about your journey and your life with Rijuji also. I mean, this is something to have such kind of partner in our life is itself a wonderful gift.
Oh yes, of course. That's the biggest gift that I could ever get for myself.
Yes.
So it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
And I am able to connect myself with you when you said that he promised you to come in the month of July. And last year in the month of July only he visited my home.
Oh,
so
wonderful. Nice. Very nice.
So yeah, I mean something
Very
is
good.
see how
Excellent.
things are connecting.
That's
Great.
good. Great.
So Balrajji, I mean you are into this industry in hospitality. I know, I mean these people are really very busy, and you said also your life also it was too much busy in earlier days. But now how do you manage? Because see, our timings are different in India and in London. You are hosting a lot of programs according to Indians' time. How do you manage?
Well, it's the priority that I look at it, because what's important for me now is that what gives me happiness. What's the point? All this time, I have been like that Kolu ka bell, जो कि लोगों के लिए बस, I want to be in the good books of everyone. I want to be that yes sir, pleasing every person. But now I've decided that no, I don't want to please the world. I want to please myself. So it's very important to be in love with yourself. Love thyself. So I have started doing that, having that importance of balancing this whole spirituality in your career in such a way that both are given due time. So you need to balance that, and that you can only manage it. So I'm able to do that very nicely, very comfortably, and I'm always a call away for any person who is always wanting to kind of ask for any advice or any kind of help or support that I could do for them, because I'm always there for them. Because this is what I learned through Patriji ki It's all about sharing. It's all about giving. It's all about understanding the person. It's all about feeling the pain of the person. It's all about realizing that you, me, and every person in this world are one. You know, we are born as Hindus, as Muslims, as Christians, as Buddhists, or any other religious name that you could ever see on the planet. And we are given a name based on that country or that region or the place where you were coming from. But if you remove all those things out of yourself, then you, me, and everyone on this planet are the same, isn't it?
Very true.
And it's my point to make sure that I'm able to at least do something for my family. This is my family. The planet is my family. The animals are my family. The plants that we eat are family. So why don't we kind of, support each other?
So beautiful. So beautiful.
Yes.
So beautiful. Yeah. I mean, instead of all things around, that feeling of oneness, that is really ultimate thing.
Absolutely.
And that I felt a lot of times. You were always available. Even, I connected Riju ji a lot of times, and you were always available. That make me realize that how loving you both are.
Thank you.
How
Thank you very much.
caring you both are.
Thank you.
Thank you to both.
Thank you.
And yes, so Kapoorji, you're from Punjabi family.
Yeah.
So were you vegetarian earlier?
I wasn't vegetarian because I'm from a Punjabi family, and as you know, all Punjabis are mostly non-vegetarians. But after having married Riju, she was from a strict vegetarian Punjabi family, and she kind of did not impose those vegetarian rules on me. But then eventually I kind of gave it up about 15-20 years ago, and both my children are complete vegetarians. In fact, my son is a vegan, and this is something which I always mention it to all my family members, that how can you eat animal? It's like you are now I realize that it's like you're taking in, it's like your body is not a cemetery.
Very true.
Your body is not a graveyard for the animals to be taken in. So I become very compassionate now. It's the same Balraj Kapoor who used to go into the supermarkets and buy the meat and fish and everything, chicken or whatever. Today, if I go through a supermarket and if I see meat section, my body starts shivering and I move out of that section. I go into the other section. I can't even go into those sections. So that's the kind of my mind, my body has kind of changed. It's kind of reversed itself into it.
So could you please throw some light on it, like why vegetarian food is important and how you changed your did you feel that shifting in energy or
Yes.
or
So after
thought
coming into
process?
meditation, which I think all of us realize that we become much more mindful of lots of things, whether it's our eating, whether it's the way of living. So eating is a very important aspect of the humans. We have to survive to eat, but what you eat is really matters. You can't be killing an animal and eating that, because half the humanity is now, just kind of, surviving on the meat world, which is not what humans were designed for.
Actually.
Yes. So after coming into meditation and after meeting so many of these wonderful masters, the whole mindset changed. And that's what we are trying to now focus on, to kind of give it back to the world by saying that, enough of the meat. Let us all be vegetarians. Because as you realize, as I have realized, the energy level completely changes. By eating an animal, you become an animal yourself.
Yes, very true.
Yes. So your thoughts, your temperaments, they change, So it's very important for you to be mindful of what you're eating and how much you're eating. ये नहीं कि बस जो है सामने खा लो. No, you be mindful. Just be. So I've become very mindful of now what I eat, when do I eat, where do I eat, with whom do I eat. Even that matters a lot.
So how it matters? Like, yeah, Patriji sir always, he, emphasized on to not eat when you don't need. When you are
Absolutely.
not hungry,
Yeah.
do not
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah.
Right? So you have also mentioned that mindful eating, conscious eating. Why it's needed?
Because it kind of keeps your body, your mind, your soul all in the right perspective. It keeps it in the right balance. If you keep eating too much, you become lethargic, you become lazy, your energy level goes down. You're not able to perform what you're able to perform if you are a light eater. If you see any of these Mahatmas, Gurus, or spiritual masters, you probably must have realized that they hardly eat.
Right.
They just eat for surviving. They don't eat for ki bas this is my last meal, bhaiya jo hai kha lo. No, they don't do that. So it's start your day with a fruit. That's it. Probably have some some dry fruits in the afternoon or something, and then have a hearty meal in the evening. Why do you want to have 3 times a meal? People want to, especially in this part of the world, I've seen people wanting to have a breakfast, then a lunch, and then an evening tea with some starters or some some things with it, and then a very very heavy dinner. So that itself makes you not only from the body aspect, you're putting on weight, and that you're inviting trouble for yourself.
Yes.
Because medically you might be in for trouble. So the more lighter you eat, the more consciously you eat, you become much more mindful of things, you see.
Very true, very true. Very scientifically also you have explained and the logical way. So Kapoorji, I want to know more about pyramid energy. As Patriji sir always said to use pyramid, right? Have you tried pyramid meditation?
Oh yes, we love it. Actually, we've got a pyramid. We've got a flexible, collapsible copper pyramid at home, which we use very often. And every time we meditate under that pyramid, we realize that the meditation power is much more impactful, is much more greater. And both me and Riju, again, we had the honor to visit the Egypt Giza pyramids, which we went in the month of April. Once the lockdown opened, we decided we had to go somewhere. So we kind of decided to go to Egypt to see what do we feel, how does it feel to be doing meditation under the pyramids. And now that I've come in Kartal, I'm using every moment of mine wherever possible to kind of go and meditate under the pyramids. Because as I said, the pyramid energy is much more powerful. It's 3 times more powerful than if you would just normally be doing meditation.
So what kind of changes you feel like when you meditated without pyramid and when you meditated under the pyramid? Yeah.
It's like you're charging your body. So you're charging your body with a slow kind of a charge. But if you're doing it with a supercharger, then your body also is it's like getting charged. Like if you're charging your mobile, if you're doing it on a supercharger, it's much more quicker, much more faster, much more efficient. So under the pyramid, I felt the power is much more powerful. You're able to kind of go deeper into the meditation, and that's what it is.
Right. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yes, I have seen you yesterday. You didn't have your food. Maybe hardly you have taken
every
once.
time people keep asking me, "Are you having food?" I said, "No, I'm avoiding food. I'm avoiding food. I'm avoiding food." So
that's what I was wondering. Without after traveling so long, you're not having food and you're looking always that with the same energy as I seen in the morning.
Yes.
So that's really wonderful.
That's something which, as I said, has made me realize during meditation. That's what has happened.
So, Kapoorji, your voice and the message you share through your songs, I always listen and I always appreciate that. I want you to sing a song for us which you have sung for Patriji.
Well, Patriji, I don't know, Kavita ji, I'm surprised. The first time I saw Patriji on a Zoom session, he saw my name and he said, Balraj Kapoor ji. And he said, Gana gaiye. And I was taken aback because I love singing. But, in our everyday life, you don't hardly get time to sing and all that. And I'm wondering, this great master is suddenly, asking me to come on the camera and sing a song for him. So I just started murmuring for him. I said, सर जो तेरा चकराए या दिल डूबा जाए आ जाओ प्यारे ध्यान लगा ले काहे घबराए अरे ध्यान तो लगाए ध्यान हमारा सुपर इसमें अंदर घुसकर आप बनोगे सुपर मास्टर और बनोगे सब कुछ सुन 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 अरे बाबा सुन इस ध्यान में बड़े बड़े गुण लाख दुखों की एक दवा है क्यों ना आजमाए काहे घबराए अरे ध्यान तो लगाए. So the moment he saw me singing this song, he himself became so cheerful. And uske baad, Kavita ji, every time, every session of mine, he wouldn't ask me anything, but he would just say, sing a song, sing a song, sing a song. And I used to always love singing a song for him because I personally believe that, in this world, hum जिंदगी मिलके बिताएंगे हाले दिल गा के सुनाएंगे हम तो ध्यानी परिवार हैं ये जहां ध्यान जगत बनाएंगे हे जिंदगी मिलके बिताएंगे हाले दिल गा के सुनाएंगे हम तो शाकार जगत हैं ये जहां शाकारी बनाएंगे हे जिंदगी मिलके बिताएंगे हाले दिल गा के सुनाएंगे हम तो पिरामिड फैमिली है ये जहां पिरामिड जगत बनाएंगे हे.
That's
Thank you.
great and wonderful. Thank you,
you.
thank you so much
Thank
for lovely song.
Thank you.
So, at last, Kapoorji, a small message to our audience.
Well, Kavita ji, I just want to express this on behalf of all my fellow meditator families that we have a vision. We have a vision to see that the entire planet be a meditative family, and which we foresee to we kind of visualize it to be happening very soon, because at the ground level, though our master Patriji is not there physically with us, but astrally he is guiding us, and all of us are moving forward in that direction and trying to achieve his vision that he had visualized 41 years ago, to see this world completely a vegetarian, a world full of pyramids. So all of us at the ground level, in whatever best capacity, in whichever country we are in, we are trying to make sure that we educate people by making them realize the importance of meditation, making them realize that the mind should not be running your body. You should be in control of your mind. So that's what we kind of are now giving a message to the entire world, that please, please, please meditate, 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 because that's the only way of you living life in a more blissful way.
So beautiful message, so wonderful message.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want to know more. I think you are connected with each and every part of India. Lot of people you are working with. Which sort of work you are doing in London? Like what are your vision for?
So as I explained to you that people in India are also exactly doing the same thing, but there in London we are kind of a small community of meditators, and we are scattered in every kind of nooks and corners of UK. And whenever we get an opportunity, we go and visit the local schools, the local colleges. There are a lot of single parenting issues are there. Alcoholism is a big problem. So wherever possible, we try to go in these communities and the weekends and speak to them about the importance of meditation. and do these sessions with them, and slowly they are able to understand the importance of meditation. In fact, you'll be surprised that the business that I do now, I'm into a chauffeuring business, and all my clients, in fact, I tell all my chauffeurs to kind of play intentionally a soft instrumental music in our vehicles when we are taking them from the airport pickups or airport dropouts. And I specifically speak to every person, talk to them only about meditation. So while I'm driving, I'm just talking to them about meditation, and you'll be surprised, Kavita ji, half of them are actually already meditators.
Wow.
And some of them get so inclined and wanting to do meditation. Everybody knows about meditation. The whole world knows how important it is. But it's just that they don't have the I would say the guts or the kind of capability of doing something. They don't want to do it. I don't know what reason, because maybe they say they don't have the time. So I told them that time is never a problem. You can even do it while you're sitting in the car, while you're traveling in the aircraft. You can just sit down, and 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you recharge your body. And the Ana-Pana-Sati meditation that we kind of talk about, it's a very simple technique.
Simplest, yes.
It's a very simple technique. You just cross your legs, you clasp your hands, you close your eyes, and you listen to any instrumental soft music that you like to listen to. And then any thoughts that come into your head, you just don't concentrate on those thoughts, but observe the inhaling and exhaling of your breath. It's as simple as that. Nothing in life is so simple than this Ana-Pana-Sati meditation. Having done that, over a period of time, you'll realize that you become much more stronger emotionally, mentally, physically. And that's what we all need to do. Yes. Because all of us are going through so many challenges in our life.
Right, yes. Yeah. So you mentioned that you have a small community, and who else are connected with you in this?
Oh, there are lots of masters. I mean, if I name them, I'll fall short of your program thing, the timing. But there are many masters. We have Dr. GK, who is the spiritual master, spiritual master with us, living in Manchester. We have lots of other people like Ravi Kiranji, Pranhita Madam. Then we've got Sri Lakshmi, Raghavendra ji. We got Rajshekhar. We got Kularatnam from Sri Lanka. We have many other masters, so all these masters, we kind of meet over daily on a Zoom session, which is every day in the morning at 6 o'clock and then in the night at 9 o'clock for about 45 minutes. And otherwise, whenever possible, we do that, as I said, going into the community and talking about meditation. That's what we do.
That's really wonderful thing, and my pranams to each and every great masters.
Thank you.
To you especially for conducting and doing this much work for humanity. So Balraj ji, thank you for coming and spending your time with us, sharing your wisdom with all of us. It's really inspiring. Thank you so much.
Thank you Kavita ji. As I said, it's all about expressing gratitude to each other. So I would like to express my gratitude, which I did at the start of the show, and I would like to end it again with showing my gratitude to this wonderful channel that is trying to ensure that many people through thanks to the social media, everybody today is social media savvy, and I would just kind of express gratitude to your entire team, to this wonderful camera person who's actually shooting us right now, to say thank you to you, sir, and thank you to every one of you who is actually ensuring that this telecast and other sessions are spreading into the entire planet. So thank you, and may you always be happy, healthy, smiling, cheerful, and laughing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.